On Straight Talk Africa, the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the M23 rebels resumed stalled peace talks Tuesday. Their return to the negotiating table follows an ultimatum set by leaders of the Great Lakes region. Fighting has been heavy in recent weeks as Congolese troops, backed by a special United Nations Intervention Brigade, launched fresh attacks against the rebels. UN Special Envoy and former Irish President Mary Robinson says the window is open for a solution to the conflict through a negotiated settlement. That's coming up next right here on Straight Talk Africa. Hello, welcome to Straight Talk Africa. It's Wednesday, September 11th. I am Shaka Ssali.
And hello to you, Shaka, and hello to you, our listeners and viewers on the continent and in the diaspora. I'm Mariama Diallo, your social media reporter.
Today, we'll discuss the ongoing crisis in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo as peace talks between Kinshasa and the M23 rebels are underway in the Ugandan capital, Kampala.
And coming up later in our STA inbox, you, our audience, have responded to our topic through emails and Facebook comments, and we'll reveal some of them ahead on Straight Talk Africa.
But first, in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, M23 rebels fighting United Nations and Congolese military forces say they are ready to disarm and return to peace talks. My colleague Paul Ndiho has more.
African leaders are trying to end an 18-month-old uprising in eastern Congo, are calling on Kinshasa and the M23 rebels to restart negotiations. Armed with a tough mandate to crush armed groups, the Congolese army and the United Nations Intervention Brigade have forced the rebels to retreat from positions near the hills overlooking Goma. But it has not extended its gains deep into the M23 territory. Reacting to the DRC summit held in Kampala last week, M23 President Bertrand Bisimwa told reporters that his troops were ready to lay down their arms provided the government met certain conditions. Bisimwa also reiterated a long-standing demand that the government eradicate Rwandan Hutu rebels in the DRC.
Yes, we'll disarm. Yes, we want to disarm. Because when we are fighting, it's our soldiers who die on the front line.
The M23 insurgents is the latest incarnation of a Tutsi-dominated rebellion that has repeatedly tried to integrate into the Congolese army, only to withdraw. Tensions have been fueled by accusations from UN experts who say that Rwanda is backing the rebels. But the administration of the Rwandan President Paul Kagame denies those allegations. Sultan Makenga, the leader of M23 rebels, said that his group would send a delegation to the peace talks which reopened on Monday in Kampala. But he says the rebels are not interested in pursuing a new reintegration deal.
I'm not fighting for my own benefit, but I'm fighting for the Congolese people. If all the problems that we are fighting for are not resolved, I don't know which person is looking for me to arrest me. I'm right here. You can come and arrest me, and there is no country where I'm going to run to because I'm Congolese, and I will die here in Congo. We are not fighting to enter the Congolese army. We are fighting to liberate ourselves from the Congolese army.
On a recent trip to Goma, the U.S. government's newly appointed special envoy to the region, former U.S. Senator Russ Feingold, says that the African Union and the international community are working together to resolve one of the world's worst situations of violence and humanitarian needs. Feingold says President Barack Obama has made the Congo conflict a top priority.
The United States believes that this is one of the most serious situations in the world. I think President Obama knows we haven't put enough emphasis on it in the past. And although there are many other crises, things like Syria and things like Egypt and issues all around the world, this President and this Secretary of State have made this a top priority.
The former U.S. Senator also noted that the people of Eastern Congo have endured violence, including sexual violence, for the last 20 years. He says now is the time for everyone to pull together and try to do something about it.
So that should be a sign to people in the United States and all over the world that this is a high priority of the Obama administration and of the American people to try to do the right thing here for the benefit of everybody in the world, but particularly the people that continue to suffer here in Eastern Congo.
M23 rebels briefly humiliated Congo's army and the country's 17,000-strong UN peacekeeping force by temporarily occupying Goma last November, forcing President Joseph Kabila to accept the Ugandan brokered peace talks as a condition for the rebels to withdraw. However, with the help of a new UN intervention brigade, the army has pushed M23 fighters away from the city of nearly 1 million people. Paul Ndiho, VOA News.